G'day everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm iDruby and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. I host a Nintendo podcast called The House of Mario, and I don't typically get a chance to talk about the other two consoles unless it's in context of what's going on with Nintendo. But I've been thinking a lot about the next generation consoles. I'm big fans of either or both companies, both Sony and Microsoft, and I think what each one's doing is really quite exciting for the future of gaming, and are doing just some real different things. So I guess going back, I've been a PlayStation fan for coming up to 10 years. I know like a lot of people have been fans of PlayStation since like PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and I had a lot of great memories going to friends' places playing PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, but it wasn't until the PS3 when I got into playing PlayStation as my main, well, was it my main console? I guess it was like a lot alongside the Wii, It doesn't really matter. I got my PlayStation 3 in 2012 and I absolutely love the thing, and like some of my favorite games are exclusives to that unit, like, Infamous, Uncharted, like all of that stuff. I really loved like the Japanese flair a lot of those series had on there, and compared to Xbox, I was just like, I had an Xbox 360 before I got a PS3, but it's just sort of bored me. Its exclusive didn't really speak to me. I wasn't really much into Halo. Forza wasn't all that exciting to me. So I actually sold my Xbox and got a PlayStation. And I was a PlayStation fan ever since. And first console this generation I got was a PlayStation 4, and absolutely love it. Like, it's just a fantastic console. But with Xbox, I got back into Xbox with Xbox One. Really enjoy Forza Horizon. I reckon like buying an Xbox One for Forza Horizon, whether it's was it 2, 3, and 4 on one, they're absolutely amazing games. Open world driving games, just they feel so good. The rumble in the controller, like. Playground games get it so right with those games. Absolutely fantastic. And like just the controller, Games Pass, what they're doing, it's just absolutely fantastic. So going into the next generation, I'm really looking forward to what Sony's doing. Sony have just knocked it out of the park. Like even recently with The Last of Us Part 2 and Ghost of Tsushima. Really excited to see where their PlayStation studios go. But just with the talk about like, no exclusives on Xbox Series X, and obviously PlayStation, they believe in generations. So they're going down very different paths. So like at the moment, I don't even have to buy a Series X, for example. I can just get Games Pass and I can play it on a PC. I can play it on my existing Xbox One. Probably not in Australia, but in the US or somewhere that supports it, you won't even have to have a device. You'll just need a phone or something that you can stream to with xCloud. It's going to be like that future, just like where it's like, all right, $16. You don't need to buy an Xbox. You don't need to have a decent PC. All you need to do is have a device of some sort that you're able to stream to. That is really, really exciting. Not necessarily for me, because I like having hardware. I like having maybe the best gameplay experience I can have, because I've been brought up with hardware. So I guess that's just sort of what I'm brought up with. But for me, I will be going to get the Xbox Series X because like I want all the frame rates, all the graphics, all the 4K, all that type of thing. Even though like I'm a Nintendo gamer at heart, and Nintendo's basically trained me to be like, graphics don't matter. Just it's all about the experience, the characters, and the IP. Just that's what it's all about. Iwata, Miyamoto, you're trained to be. You warped my sensibilities with your marketing, but Xbox and PlayStation are pretty much the opposite of that. So yeah, really exciting with what they're doing. But I am happy that Sony isn't going that way as well, mainly because if both go that way, we don't know where gaming will end up. Because with Game Pass, while it's such a good deal, $16 a month, where you get games given to you on Xbox Live Gold, or whatever the wording is for that, and you get over like 100 games, just access to download, to play, whatever you want. But it seems like what they're doing with their Xbox studios is they're getting studios to sort of pump out games for Games Pass. And while 343 and the Coalition and that probably aren't doing smaller games, putting them out, they're going to be doing the big Halos, the Gears of War. It's going to be studios. I've actually forgotten the name of the studios. Double Fine. Studios like Double Fine that are going to be cranking out the games like, I don't know, say a year and a half to 2 years, putting them out on Games Pass, smaller games that are suitable for that service. So even their sort of development studios are going to be tackling game development differently because of the service Microsoft are trying to push. Whereas PlayStation Studios, it's completely different. They're not trying to push a service, they're trying to push the console. So they're trying to get you in the gates to spend money on the PlayStation Network through services or through just getting games like, oh, The Last of Us sounds good. So you go and buy a PlayStation, get Last of Us, and you also get Ghost of Tsushima. And for goodness sakes, you're getting Gravity Rush 2. For fuck's sakes, get Gravity Rush 2. I'm joking. I love Gravity Rush 2. It's just such a underrated PlayStation game. I know it's not the best one, but it's a great one. It really is. Japan studio over in Japan, obviously, do a really good job of that series, and other games like the Puppeteer and that really good. So PlayStation are looking to get you to buy a console. They're caring about sort of the development time. Not the development time. They're caring about sort of getting you in the gate to buy the console, get a profit on that, and get you on for PlayStation Plus and all of the other things you can do with that. So they're just like really targeting sort of different ways to try and get money out of you. Really, obviously, we're not so blind to the fact of that. But yeah, I just see so many people say like, oh, the Xbox One's going to have no exclusives. It's like, well, it is, because if you're going to go and buy a PlayStation, you're not getting Halo. But if you have a good enough PC, or you have the money to get a subscription to Games Pass and xCloud, it doesn't matter if you're not going to buy a Series X, because they've got your money. They've got you in the door. And if you enjoy Halo Infinite, if you're enjoying the next Rare game, and you're like, I don't want to stream this on my phone, or I don't really want to be sitting at my PC playing this, and it's not that great a PC, and I don't really like PC gaming. I do prefer console gaming. You'll probably end up eventually getting an Xbox of some sort, whether it's an Xbox Series X when it's cheaper, whether they've got another Xbox in the works, which is rumored to be Lockhart, which is a cheaper version, which basically has a weaker CPU, so it doesn't put out 4K, just 1080. So they're going to have so many options to try and get you in the door. And I think it's really impressive. I think it's really cool. But, we're going to have to say, I'm actually recording this a few hours before the Xbox showcase. So really excited to see Halo and Gears of War. Well, not Gears of War. But it'd be really great to see another Rare game, Everwild. That game looks really good from the little bit we've seen. So really cool. So that's just my, quick take, I guess, on Xbox versus PlayStation. To be honest, if I have my money laid out, I'm going to get both consoles. I see myself using both for different reasons. Xbox Series X mainly just for Game Pass, buying some digital games as well, and just the ecosystem they're setting up to be able to stream games to your phone or laptop or wherever. It sort of gives me the same feeling as maybe what the Switch gives me, where you can just pick it up and play it wherever you want. In Australia, we're not going to be getting that at launch, so I'm not thinking about that necessarily. And PlayStation, because I love their ecosystem as well, and I love PlayStation Studio games. Just coming off The Last of Us Part 2, just Jesus Christ, what a game. And looking forward to Ghost of Tsushima. Haven't played that yet. I'm playing Paper Mario playing Paper Mario the Origami King at the moment. Really enjoying that, so I can't double up on games. So yeah, that's all. I just want to do a video. Basically at the moment, I just really want to make a video as much as I can, put it out there. Not necessarily the best quality, not necessarily the best content or whatever, but just get in the mood of making videos, putting them on YouTube, starting to grow this channel. Too long, I've just sat there and said, I want it to look better. I want it to be this, blah, 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 blah. Just want to put my thoughts out there. And thinking about gaming at the moment. I usually do think about gaming. So yeah, that's it. Bye bye.